we got 1-star rated movies.
You know, I've gone over a lot of movies on this channel. Some that
Start
I
vlogging?
liked, some that I didn't
Possibly.
like, even some that y'all didn't like. But something that I've never gone over on this channel is
what?
movies that the world didn't like. And that's what we'll be doing today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over movies with some of the lowest ratings and the most 1-star reviews I could find.
1.7 is crazy.
People are just hating, or these movies are actually just that. I'll personally give them a rating once I'm done covering each one. And in the end, I'll go over a movie with some of the most 1-star reviews ever, and possibly one of the most hated movies ever.
Wait, time out. So this is the Emoji Movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't this have like a crazy like PR run or something like that? Like I feel like they was advertising this like heavily when it first came out. I don't remember the plot by any means, but still.
And now I'm getting straight into the trash.
It did?
The first
Okay.
movie I'm going over is called The Hottie and the Nottie. What y'all think this one's about? With a smooth 2 out of 10 stars and a calm, you know, just a calm 26,000 1-star reviews.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. This movie's in the top 6 lowest rated movies on IMDb. And I never seen it. But after reading some of these reviews, I had to know what all the fuss was about. Like, listen to this review and tell me you're not at least a little intrigued about how bad this movie could be. A guy by the name of Meeker said, "Oh my, that's bad. I am just amazed that as of this moment, there are 554 people who rated this movie a 10. I would like 10 pounds or 20 gallons of whatever it is that has warped their mentality.
Sheesh. Said they smoking.
Abysmal to non-existent. Script, huh? What's that? Directing? Not that I saw. My only regret is that I cannot vote less than 1 out of 10 stars.
Okay, I need the plot.
I had to watch it, and I did. But before I give you my thoughts on it, I know y'all ain't watched it, so let me give you a quick one.
Yeah,
Alright,
get us
so
hit.
this movie is a rom-com, which, you know, that's how you know it's gonna be bad.
Zoro versus
We follow
Yororichi?
This dude named Nate who just got dumped by his girlfriend.
Is that death
And
battle?
Since he's newly single and never really loved the other girl, I guess, he decides he wants to get back in the game immediately. And instead of chasing new girls, he wants to rekindle an old love. You know, the one that got away. His first grade crush. That's right, first grade. Who now lives across the country and he hasn't seen since they were 6 years old. Yep. Haven't seen each other in 20 years. So this guy, Nate, travels across the nation to find her. And he does. She turns out to be Paris Hilton. And she even agrees to go on a date with him. But with one catch. She'll go out with him, but he has to find her friend a date as well. Oh, find her friend a date? That shouldn't be so hard.
Oh my goodness!
And so Nate spends the rest of the movie trying to find her a date. And that's all you gotta know for me to tell you that this movie is trash. I mean, really, I normally hate on rom-coms and call all of them trash.
Bro, so basically, this movie is, oh, okay. I need to find somebody to go on this 2-man and take one for the team. That's the whole premise of the movie. Who finna crack chop shit? I'm gonna let y'all know now. It damn sure wouldn't be me. You could be my day one homie. Like, bro, we could be locked in like this. Literally, the second we came out the womb, we could be brothers. I'm not taking one for the team. I did that one time. I ain't do nothing with her. I did that one time. Entertain chop shit on the 2-man just so my boy could get the yeeks. But never again. Cause for some delulu reason, in Shorty's mind, she thought we was gonna be together. My baby, I gave you every friend zone signal in the book. And then she got all mad and whatnot. Nope, I'm not taking one for the team ever again because they will catch feelings so quick with at these like the tiniest hint of niceness.
But y'all, this one is seriously trash. Like, first of all, for a rom-com, there ain't much calm going on in this movie. Like, it's not very funny. Which is crazy because it has such a funny premise. Like, it's pretty much a take one for the team type of situation, right?
Yes.
Except the guy trying to pull the hottie should realistically be the one with the naughty. Like, it's pretty funny. But this movie manages to do nothing with it. And that ain't even the only thing they messed up on. Even the girl, I'm not calling her that. The girl June being deemed as ugly, they messed up on that
Bro,
too.
it's like Shaggy or my tweaking.
Low
Low-key, Kozak, yeah.
Means to be ugly. Like, looking at her, you know, she doesn't look the best, but it's not because she's ugly, it's because she's dirty. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like, ugly to me is like, no matter what you do, you stuck, my boy. I hate to break it to you, but you stuck. But the stuff we see in this movie is like her toenails and teeth rotting. Like, ugh, that's more gross than it is ugly. Ugly is different. Ugly is not this. Like Harvey Weinstein, that motherfucker is ugly. This girl, though, she just needs a dentist and a shower. And then the last thing I want to point out about this movie, and I don't want to speak on it too long because it's a comedy movie and it's supposed to be ridiculous, but I got it. Bro, The fact that this dude traveled cross country for a girl that he hasn't seen since he was 6, come on, it gotta be at least a little concerning. At least a little bit. Like last time you seen her, y'all were preschoolers and that popped in your mind as the true love of your life? Word? But yeah, this movie is boo-boo.
A wee bit weird.
Ending, you would think it would be something like he falls for the Nottie over Paris Hilton to show personality beats looks. But no, he does fall for her, but only after she gets a whole makeover and is no longer ugly to him. And it's supposed to be a happy ending? Man, this movie getting 3 out of 10 stars from me. And I'm only rating it higher because I like his Speed Racer costume. That's
this is Shaggy.
But like I usually say, that was only the first movie. The next one might be even worse.
What we got?
The next movie I got up is titled, be ready, Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th. That's the title. Now you may be looking at this movie how I was looking at it the first time I seen it. Like, I know you from somewhere, but you don't look right. You would be right. The movie you're probably thinking about is Scary Movie, but this is not that. Because this movie, just like Scary Movie, is a parody of a bunch of horror movies released in the 80s and 90s. But there's a reason you haven't heard of this one. Coming in at 4.
I've never heard of this before. So is this like a Temu Scary Movie? That's what I'm taking from this.
4 stars out of 10. This movie is definitely not as loved as Scary Movie. But the question is, are people just hating? Is it really a 4 out of 10? Is this movie so bad that it deserves to be called the worst movie ever?
Dang.
Hell yeah. No, I'm kidding. Look, this movie is not good, but it ain't the worst. It got some funny things going for it, like the killer, you know, because it's a parody of Scream. The killer never actually kills anybody. It's more like he accidentally makes them do it themselves. Like this one girl runs into a beehive and dies. Like that's pretty funny. They also got a guy named Bonner in the movie that they always call Boner, which
I have a genuine question. So like, as an editor, I understand you getting paid, blah blah blah. You probably signed a contract to edit this movie. How are you not bored out of your mind editing something as trash as this? Because even I can be in my head sometimes, like when I'm doing my YouTube videos for the main channel, right? If I don't like a certain part in the video, it could be like 30 seconds to 2 minutes. If I don't like it, I'm like, bro, this part really just drags during the editing process. Sometimes I'll cut it, rewrite it until I'm happy with it. But bro, as like a Hollywood editor, you can't do that. You know you're editing trash. It's like, they have Subway servers in the bottom corners. Oh, you got Sparking Zero for the Switch? Okay, Ryu. Hey, I'm trash at that game, but hopefully you become cold. I'm looking forward to hearing how you doing on it.
It's immature, but I find it funny. And then Coolio's in it, you know, that's cool. It's Coolio, y'all.
Coolio?
The messed up part is these movies were made around the same time, but since it got delayed and came out after Scary Movie, some people called it a parody of Scary Movie instead of calling it a parody of the movies it was actually trying to parody. That's messed up.
Yeah.
I was one of those people. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just racist. But I think even if this one did come out first, people would still think this one's a parody because the Wayans brother one still would have bodied it. Like, come on, y'all, let's be real. This one don't got Ray or Shorty or Brenda or Cindy or even Doofy. They do got
oh yeah, Scary Movie 6 finna hit too.
But that ain't the Wayans, bro. That ain't the Wayans. I'm sorry. I think a 4-star rating is too low for this movie.
Best DBZ game?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5. 4.5 stars out of 10 is not bad. That's not bad at all.
I played it on stream.
Especially when you consider the fact that after this movie, it's all downhill from here. Because this next movie I got
how does it get worse?
Actually be the worst one I've ever covered on this channel.
Dog. So tell me what my girlfriend has watched all of these movies. Yo, what's good, Stark? Hey, you missed the hood JJK with Killer Kari from New York. Had all the lingo in there. But back to this movie, right? Tell me why my girlfriend has watched and made me watch some of these movies. When I tell you that these are the most freaked out hornball 50 Shades of Grey with a hint of domestic violence ad movies ever? Yeah. I'm gonna just let him explain, but bruh.
Oh boy, this movie. Coming in at a strong
bro's girlfriend a freak.
3 out of 10 stars. I first heard about this movie back when it first released in 2020. And if you don't know, this junk was everywhere for like a month. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people, mainly women, who actually like this movie. And you'll see why in a second.
Okay, this is the last time I'm finna pause. Bro, y'all know what they say about the freaky book girlies, right? This is basically a movie for them. This is a movie for them. Because my girl, she likes the premise of this movie and everything that happens in it. Blah, blah, blah. She doesn't admit it's flawless, but still. Yeah. Y'all gotta see. Y'all gotta see.
But real quick, before I get into this one, I know some of y'all watch my videos with your friends or your siblings.
No offense, but you got a
even
girlfriend.
your parents.
Yes,
And
Lele.
I'm flattered. I truly am. But y'all gonna have to split up for this movie. I'm serious, especially if you're watching with your parents. Please, just split up, mama, please. That was your warning. All right, so this movie is about two people. An Italian guy by the name of Massimo and a Polish lady named Laura. And their lives are drastically different. Massimo is a cold Italian mafia boss whose father was killed right in front of him. And Laura, her life just isn't as exciting. I mean, yeah, she's a higher up in this sales company, which is pretty cool. But besides that, there's not much going on. Doesn't help either she's dating this bald freaking couch potato who never wants to do anything with her. And I mean anything, which I'll never understand how that stuff happens. I understand if you was like in your 60s, because you know, at that point, your piece is practically paralyzed.
He not trying to crack?
You're like in your 30s. How do you lose love for the game that fast? But yeah, point is, Laura is clearly unsatisfied with her life and definitely unsatisfied by Caillou over here. But things were about to change for Laura, because to get at least a little thrill in her life, she decides to celebrate her 29th birthday in Italy.
In a Nike tag.
You know, I know a little Italian myself. Grazie. Prego.
Ciao.
That's about it. But after she gets mad at Caillou for literally ditching her on her birthday, bro, this dude must have lied all over his resume to pull her. Because ditching your lady on her birthday and pulling back up in this fit.
His fit weak as
Laura
hell.
goes on a late night walk to get her mind off things. In a random town, in a country that she does not know. So what do you think happens? She gets kidnapped. And watch this, I thought it was Bowser who was responsible, because Laura wakes up in a castle. And on top of that, when she goes downstairs, she sees a painting of herself hung up on the wall. Yeah, that's Bowser obsession if I've ever seen it. But when she turns around, it wasn't Bowser standing behind her. It was an Italian man. But not Mario. It was Massimo, the guy I told you about from the start. Massimo, what you doing here, my boy? And this one, the movie surprised me, but not in a good way. This guy Massimo comes in and not only tells Laura that he's the one who kidnapped her,
bro,
but he tells her that he did it because he's madly in love with her.
Man, what? Like, you can't just shoot your shot, my boy. You had to go kidnap the girl? This is not Riz, bruh. Okay, no. Hey, pull up the Kais and that Duke Dennis Riz moments video, because you need that, my boy. Like, yeah, you got your looks going for you, so the shorty's gonna go for that. But, dog, no amount of money or looks can unlame a dude.
Huh? Yeah, it turns out the day his father died, Massimo had caught a glimpse of Laura.
This is Riz Chris, please.
Bro.
Traps her for with 1 year.
Died.
Yes,
and
that is crazy,
all
Kozak.
these years looking for her, which leads us to now, where he drugged her and kidnapped her so he can finally have her. And for as crazy as this sounds, it wasn't even done there. Because after the dude tells her how she's not getting her phone back, he tells her he's gonna give her a chance. And I watched this thinking, oh, whew, thank goodness he's gonna let her go. He tells her he's gonna give her a chance. He'll let her go, but only after she stays with him for 365 days, aka a year, to see if she falls in love with him. And you know, at this point, I realized why this movie has 31,000 one-star reviews. Cause what the you telling me this dude drugged and kidnapped this girl in an attempt to swoon her? Was this game in 2020? I don't think this was game in 2020. What is wrong with this
man?
dude?
And the fact that a lot of the girls that was watching this movie like this. Like, what is up with the BDSM submission dominatrix, all that other stuff? What do you mean? Oh my gosh, I'm your prisoner. Me so horny, huh? Logic is just backwards. Can I bring her in one stream? Possibly in the future. I can see that happening. Man, this movie is
really, like, just imagine this. Like, imagine this. Imagine you a dude, right? And you see a girl that you think looks good on the beach. You know, she looks good. And then your dad gets popped right in front of you, you gonna forget that girl. But Massimo is different. If it wasn't for the fact that he also got shot too, he probably would have been on the ground with his
Clipping
dad,
is
like,
crazy, Frosty.
No, you can't leave me, Papa. Hey, that girl on the beach is kind of bad though. And just think about how confusing that must have been for Laura. Like, this dude over here talking about some, you are the love of my life. I don't know you. Or at least that's how I thought she react, but it really is true.
She was into it.
Some people will let you kill them as long as you look good. Cause tell me why, all this kidnapping and drugging stuff, this girl Laura was low-key into it. Bro, what the how is this romantic? How? Maybe I'm just not the most attractive guy, but I'm pretty sure if I tried any of the stuff this dude does, it would fail horribly. Could you imagine me trying to sneak up behind a girl the way this dude does and use one of his lines?
I would catch 50 charges.
My eyes, pepper spray straight to my face. I mean, really, it has to be a looks thing. You think if this 6'2"
Hey, good seeing you.
5'5" dude who worked at Kroger, this stuff would be cool or hot? No, this would be a horror movie. I know people let people they find attractive slide with stuff more often, but this is just getting out of hand. You never see me doing this. If a 10 out of 10 invited me over to her crib and she just had a painting of me in her living room, what do you think? I'm gonna just stay and be cool? Well, I'm gonna think about it. But no, a painting of me without even knowing me is crazy. After seeing something that creepy, I am at most seeing her only like 3 or 4 more times. 5 max. But that's it. I don't know what she's capable of.
Jeez.
I'll be honest, y'all. I don't want to continue talking about this movie. But Derek, we gotta know what else happens. What did those women like about it so much? You really wanna know? Well, the thing they like about it so much, and the reason I'm stopping here, and the absolute worst thing about this movie is that after this kidnapping scene, right? Laura starts actually falling in love with little Bill, which is bad enough, but that ain't even the main issue. The issue is after she falls in love with him, this movie becomes a straight up porn film. Like I'm not even
literally. When I tell you, these boys are cracking every 5 minutes in the film. Don't matter where they at, in the car, in the grocery store, public bathroom, in the club. Crack, 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 crack. Shorty was getting cracked open like a pistachio. They some freaks. They some freaks. They some freaks. And they weren't just doing some regular stuff. They was experimenting using food, all the other little toys. Don't watch this movie. Don't watch this movie. Yo, what's good, Trizzy? How you doing, gang?
I mean it. Straight up corn. Every 10 to 15 minutes, something will go down. In the bedroom, in the shower, on a boat, which is usually their favorite. Everywhere. Every few minutes for no reason. And as much as some of y'all freaks would like to see, no. Y'all gonna have to take my word on it. And that's why this movie, for all its 1-star ratings, was the top movie on Netflix and ended up getting 2 sequels.
Crazy. And imagine, look. Imagine like this was your husband or wife or like boyfriend or girlfriend playing these roles in a movie. And basically every scene that they had to shoot was them cracking the other actor. Man, what? No.
And the reason is simple. This movie is quite literally a gooner movie for women. That's what it is. Like these positive reviews will remind you that some women could be just as down bad as some men. Look at some of these. Angelica gave it an 8 out of 10 stars and says, wasn't watching for the plot. Then you got Annie who gave it 9 out of 10 stars and says, makes you feel things.
Goned out.
Face. And then you got the worst one, Bianca, who gave this movie a 10 out of 10 and says, I loved it. My boyfriend hated it instantly. I told him it achieved the goal of the film when I was by it. Shrug emoji, smile emoji. Sequel, please. A prayer for Bianca's boyfriend. That's only a few.
And this got 3 movies. I repeat, 3 movies. And I had to sit there and watch all of them because I had to be a good boyfriend. I don't want to see Massimo and Laura again in my life, bruh. I don't want to see it again in my life.
There's some reviews in here that give you a college essay on why this movie was good goons. My female viewers could never. Right, y'all? This one ends with Massimo and Laura falling in love in under 365 days. It only took about 3 before they started fucking. And Laura may be getting assassinated by a rival mafia family while she's on the way to tell Massimo she's pregnant. Yeah, pretty messed up ending. Still getting 2 stars from me though. Might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But although it's one of the worst ones, I still have one more extremely low rated movie on it.
Emoji Movie.
Probably one of the
I don't even remember it.
movies of the 2010s and coming in at a whopping 3.5 stars. The Emoji. Unlike 365 Days, where I at least saw a girl I was following, glazing it on her story, I have never seen a single person say they like this movie. On the contrary, every time this movie is brought up, it's just straight hate. But the question is,
what's it about? I don't remember.
Spoiler alert, kinda. Alright, so if you don't know, in the Emoji Movie, we follow this emoji named Gene who lives in a place called Textopolis, an emoji world inside of the phone of this middle school kid named Alex. Okay. And this emoji world is obviously full of emojis. I mean it, any emoji your phone has, this world got. I'm talking the crown emoji, the shrimp emoji, the eyes emoji,
eggplant.
Every emoji, all of them. And every emoji in this world has to behave like what it is. Well, what do I mean? The laughing emoji, no matter what happens, has to always laugh. The crying emoji could win the lottery and have 2 baddies right next to him, and he still has to cry.
Wait, why is Dory right there, huh?
The most terrible news in the world. I'm sorry, son, but the cancer is now stage 4. The poop emoji, no matter what happens to him, that's always I don't know, smell like shit. My point is the emojis gotta act like what they are.
Where's that Wreck-It Ralph?
Already brings up an issue I got with this movie. This little rule of acting like the emoji you are doesn't even apply to every emoji. It doesn't. Like, for example, the movie makes it a huge deal that our main character, Gene, is an emoji that doesn't act like he's supposed to. He's a meh emoji. Y'all know the one that's like disinterested.
Oh
looking,
yeah, just
the little
chilling.
sassy side-eye one. That's like, whatever. That one. That's the one he is. But he doesn't act like that all the time. Sometimes he'll laugh, sometimes he'll smile, sometimes he'll smirk. And the other emojis in Textopolis shame him for that. This is some BS.
Why?
It's favoritism if you ask me. They'll say the emojis aren't allowed to break character, but then you got the poop emoji laughing while coming out the bathroom. Like, I'm pretty sure mine doesn't do that. Does y'all's? And then the elephant emoji over here cracking jokes. Like, I know they ride tricycles, but I ain't never seen one do stand-up.
And they remember everything.
Favoritism. It's some systematic favoritism against the yellow emojis. And besides it not being applied evenly, it also just brings up so many questions. If emojis gotta act like what they are all the time, would the kissing emoji be a hoe? Constantly having to kiss up on people? What about the people emojis? What would the white or black guy emoji act like Emoji Movie? Huh? You wanna tell us? I already know the Dominican flag emoji never gonna be on time for shit. It's stupid.
Damn.
They're stupid. The
Hey,
rules
Frosty,
of
I
this
appreciate the
universe just don't
explanation.
make sense to me. But that was only the start of my issues with this movie. Cause I don't know if y'all remember, but
I
the
don't.
plot, even dumber. All the problems in this movie start cause the emojis failed to, get this, help this kid Alex bag his crush. I'm not joking. And you're probably wondering why. Well, what happened was, when he was texting her in class and he wanted to send her the meh emoji, Gene made the wrong face. So when Alex sent it, his crush was not rocking with it. And I'm sorry, if all it takes is one misclicked emoji to mess up your chances with a girl, then
she not for you.
Just give up. The girl did not like you regardless.
Literally.
Unless you randomly send like the eggplant or drool emoji, that might be on you. But yeah, his crush was not rocking with it. And Alex does what—
Hey gang, I got yo tap. I got the new 2026 Riz. If you trying to get your girl, just send the eggplant, water, and emoji. High risk, high reward. Low key, it could be a green. It could be a Steph Curry green bean. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. You will get canceled so quick.
I think any sensible person would do after a small texting blunder like this. Delete everything on his phone. Yup, off one texting mistake and Candy Crush glitching and randomly saying tasty. He wants to factory reset his phone. And when I saw this, man, talk about privilege. When I was this kid's age, I had a broken Obama phone. Do y'all remember Obama phones? Those were those free phones you could get when Obama was president. I had one of those. While all my friends had iPhone 7s and the newest Samsungs, I was over here struggling to text my mom one sentence.
That's crazy.
You don't even want to know how pissed I was when Flappy Bird came out. And on top of that, it was broken. And I spent seasons with this
Never pick up a phone
and
again.
This dude about to reset his phone because he got custom emojis and Candy Crush acting up. Privilege. But yeah, that leaves
Man, if
Gene
you don't go on a
journey
YouTube
where he has to
tutorial,
survive. I'm not joking. Candy Crush, Just Dance, and possibly worst of all, falling for a goth girl. Oh my goodness. Also, he can fix himself so he can
Got the baddie?
meh all the time. Mind you, all of this is happening while at the same time trying to avoid being deleted by these robots and trying to stop the kid Alex from wiping his phone. Yeah, that 3.5 starting to look really accurate. When this movie originally came out in 2017, I ain't watch it. And looking back on it now,
glad I didn't.
Goodness, if I would have seen something this bad back then, I'm not even joking, that might have flung me into a depression. That was peak sad Bart Simpson edit era. I couldn't risk that. I'll say this though, only thing maybe saving this movie maybe is its message. But even then, I don't think I even agree with it. From what I've gathered, the message in this movie is supposed to be, you know, the usual don't change for anyone. Just cause you're different or a standout like Gene doesn't mean you should conform to society's rules. And
have I ever had a goth girl? I have not.
It's nice and all, but again,
I personally have not.
Yes, I believe you shouldn't change for anyone, but if you being different leads to the real life equivalent of the end of the world, then just conform, bro. Be bland. Keep the emoji faces to yourself. This is our lives on the line we're talking about. This one ends with Gene embracing being different and who he is after having a heart-to-heart with his father, who can also express himself in different ways, I guess. And then right before they get deleted, he helps Alex bag his crush, saving them all. Because it turns out you don't need to give a girl compliments or gifts or any of that junk.
Exactly.
You don't even gotta say anything at all. Just send her a cool emoji, that'll do it. But just cause I think this movie's rating is deserved does not mean I think this is the worst one of the video. That title was going to 365 days. Cause yeah, with the Emoji Movie, most of
The whole
jokes weren't
sequel.
funny. The world
I only saw the movie on the TV channel years ago.
They had a dance party at the end. Like, oh my goodness. At least it's watchable. Like, I could play this in the background while I'm doing something and not care. 365 days though, I can't watch that. So
No, because you're just gonna be hearing constant every 4 seconds, bro.
365 days, no pun intended. That's pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over this time. I'm sorry this took so long. Y'all know how life be. But y'all know what to do. Comment down below which movie you thought was the worst, and make sure to continue submitting some stories for the confessions video. I've already seen some pretty
crazy ones.
And moral of the story, hey, that girl on the beach is kind of bad though.
Hey, W video.